Hey everyone, it's Hazel West, indie author and book blogger, here with my first reading wrap up of 2016 for January. Uh, I got to read more books than I was actually expecting to this month. I was kind of hoping to start off with a really big um, wrap up, but I only got to 8.5 books. But still, it's better than I was expecting about halfway through the month. So, um, yeah. Anyway, the first book I read of the year, too, is Howl's Moving Castle by Diana Wynne Jones. This is one I've had on my TBR for a long time, and my friend Mara got it for me for Christmas, so I got a copy and I had to read it almost instantly because I really wanted to read this one. And I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I really, really, really enjoyed it. It was just such a fun little adventure story with really, really cool characters. Like, I love Hal, and I loved Sophie too, because she was fun. She was a good character. And, of course, I like Calcifer because he was adorable. And, this was my first Diana Wynne Jones book, so I'm glad it was a good experience, and I look forward to reading more of hers in the future. After that, I picked up Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard, Book 1, The Sword of Summer by Rick Riordan. Um, I also gave this one 5 out of 5 stars. I I loved this book. I mean, I've always I do like the Percy Jackson series, but I like this one way better. Like, I mean, not like way way better, but better than the Percy Jackson series, any of them. Um, I mean, it's not even because I prefer Norse mythology to Greek mythology, because I really do like both. It's just that I really like the characters in this one better. I really like Magnus. I think, I mean, maybe it's because he's a little older. I don't know. Like, this seems more like a young adult book than a middle grade book to me. Um, I liked Magnus. I mean, I liked Percy, but I think I like Magnus better. Like, he's just very snarky. He's kind of street smart. And I really liked his sense of humor and his character. And I really, really like the supporting cast in here. I love, um, his elf and dwarf protectors, Hearthstone and, Blitz. They're like some of my favorite supporting characters, and I just really, really, really wanted to give Hearthstone a hug because he needs one. Um, but yeah, and I was like, I haven't read a book that I've laughed so much for in a long, long time. It was just hilarious. I was rolling through half of this book. So, and the end was really exciting, and I totally look forward to the rest of this series. I honestly wasn't expecting to like this book as much as I did. I expected to like it about as much as the others, but like this is one of my new favorite series now, and I can't wait for more of them because I really like what he did with it. So, yes. After that, I picked up the final book in the William Shakespeare Star Wars series. Um, this is Tragedy of the Sith's Revenge by Ian Dozier. Um, again, 5 out of 5 stars. I always enjoy these. I just think they're very clever. And I liked how I don't know, it's, it's pretty much self explanatory. It's Star Wars, it's Shakespeare. And I've thought reading this one especially that it really has actually, like, reading these is actually given me a new perspective on how the Star Wars movies were written, and like how much of a tragedy this one was, which is episode 3. And I like that. I think it because I've seen all the movies like so many times. But it gave me a new perspective on them. So I thought that was cool. And I really liked them. Very good. Very good writing. After that, I picked up Death Masked by Jim Butcher. This is the fifth book in the Dresden Files. And as usual, loved it. I actually liked this one better than the last one I read, and I wasn't expecting to, but it had several interesting twists, and of course Michael and Thomas were back in this one. You got to see them, and I liked them a lot. Um, yeah, I liked this. The baddie was like really creepy too, and I thought the plot line was interesting. But yeah, overall, really good. A lot of interesting new characters that you got to see, and I think I gave this one 4 out of 5 stars overall. So I'm still doing one a month, which surprises me. Okay. After that one, I just really wanted a quick book to read. So I picked up the arc I got at BookCon of Demon Dentist by David Walliams. Um, yeah, I got this was one of the free advanced copies I got at BookCon, and I enjoyed it. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. It's really like it is a middle grade book, and it was really fun read, um, funny and very with a lot of like kind of very British humor, and I enjoyed it. I don't know if I'd read anything else by the author. I mean, it's just, but I can definitely see the attraction to kids like 10, like 8 to 10 or something. That's how I would rate this book. Um, because it's like it is middle grade, but it's like younger middle grade. It's definitely not early reader, which is what I thought it was at first, but it's not. So yeah, I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. This one is already out in the UK, but it's coming out here in the US in March, I believe. Is what it says here. So yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it, and I was glad to get an arc of it. And after that, I finally picked up Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. This was a book that I've been wanting to read for a long time. But I've heard really really good things about it from a lot of my reading friends and everything, and I really really enjoyed it. Like I liked the Grisha trilogy, but I think this I'm going to like even better. I mean, just this first book was just completely awesome. I love thieves. I love heist stories. Um, and actually, I love the cast in this one a lot more than the Grisha books because, like, in those, like, I didn't dislike Elena, but I didn't really like her either. Um, Not like I like these characters. But yeah, so I mean Kaz is just awesome. And Inej, I think is how you pronounce her name. Well, both her and Nina, who are the female lead characters in this, were both very awesome. And Nina especially I think was definitely like my one of my favorite characters in this, apart from Kaz, because she was just snarky and funny and I really liked her. None of them were annoying, and it's just like ugh, I can't say enough about this book. I had a couple problems, but they were minor, and I hope they won't crop up again in I hope they won't crop up and be more problems in the next books, but apart from a few little things, I loved it. I mean, it was very um it was a, it was a very complicated plot line, which was awesome. And it was also with a horrid cliffhanger, which I'm not going to forgive her for until the series is done, and maybe I won't forgive her then because who knows what's going to happen. But yeah, it's definitely good, and if you haven't picked this up yet and you liked the Grisha series, do yourself a favor because you will like this one, and it's personally I think it's better. This has been hyped a lot, but it's actually one of the books that deserves it.